Yo guys, and welcome back to another video. Morgan Rogers to Chelsea. Here we go. As reported by David Ornstein and obviously Fabrizio later reporting it as well. And yeah, the agreement has been accepted for 170 million proposal. Obviously, this news came out yesterday, and club to club agreement has happened. Morgan Rogers' personal terms done as well until June 2032. The contract has been done. Of course, the transfer fee is a lot of money, £170 million, breaking the British national fee, British record fee. But when you talk about the player and what I think, I like this deal. I genuinely do like this deal. I've seen his stats. I've seen how he plays. Obviously, he only played one game for England, so you can't properly judge him in the World Cup. But at Aston Villa, I've seen him play last season. He had a very good season. He's a obviously, he plays like an attacking midfield role. You can play a left wing or right wing, which is a good thing because we do need players who can play on the left, especially. Hopefully, he can play on the left quite good, and even in the right. And I think he will be a good fit. The only thing is, what will they do with the likes of Cole Palmer, João Pedro? João Pedro, I've heard that he is still going to be in the squad. They are not selling him, even though some teams are interested in him for 100 mil. But I get it because he was our best player last season. If you look at how many goals he scored, about like 18 or 20, I think João scored. And I still think that is a very good season for him. And people still were saying he was bad when he did score so many good scores. And it shows like maybe people are saying this is not his ultimate potential and he can do better. So that shows that Jao is a very good player. And I'm excited for what they do. And especially for Alonso, I generally love this manager. And one of the main reasons Morgan joined Chelsea as well was Alonso. He loved the project and he wants to join us. And obviously, with Arsenal were linked to there as well. But Arsenal, I think one reason is that they did not want to exceed the transfer fee. And the other thing also, Morgan Rogers chose Chelsea as well. And he wanted to go to Chelsea. And this is a very passionate signing we've done. I was waiting for signing. We did Palaristra for 50 mil from, I think, I forgot Serie A, yeah. Uh, the Italian right wing back, which I think is a good signing as well. And now our main big statement signing is Morgan Rogers, who I was saying for a long time he was linked with Arsenal for the past 1 weeks. I was like Morgan linked, and in my mind I was just like, oh, I would love if he comes to Chelsea. And well, who knew he would be coming to Chelsea? And I love this signing. I hope we use him well. He is a very good player, Premier League proven, experienced, 23-year-old. He's played quite well at Aston Villa, and it is quite shocking that he's chosen a team that is 10th in the league, no European, and he still has gone on with it. And it also shows from our side how passionate we are and how good we are in doing this. Like Villa is in the league, Champions League. And maybe it could be the brand of Chelsea, or it could be the project we have that we're showing under Alonso, that the players are genuinely like, this does look like something that could be in the future. Right now we might be 10th, but in the future, we might be winning leagues, cups, and we have done this. We have bounced back from awful periods. Obviously, under this new business management, we haven't done anything good yet. So hopefully, this is a start of goodness. Because these owners, what I think about them is they're passionate, but they were just on the wrong side. And I think hopefully they have learned their mistakes now of the younger players, unexperienced coaches, and they went with the experienced coach in Alonso, and hopefully they have gave him the whole right. And with Morgan Rogers signing, I think we are heading in the right direction. I just think if we get another defender and stuff like that, like I'm hearing La Croix, which has been hearing for the past week, and let's move on to La Croix now, that I've been hearing for the past week, we are trying to get him. And obviously, the figure that's came out from that Time Sport is Chelsea will have to pay £55 million if they want to sign Crystal Palace defender Maxime Lacroix, the French defender. Obviously, there was some weirdo saying, like, "Oh, obviously his price is going to go down now since the yesterday's performance." But That was a third place game. Nobody gives a shit about it. And also, you should not see someone's performance on the World Cup, because World Cup happens in a very small thing. Sometimes they don't even get the playtime. Morgan Rogers, for example. But they are a great player. And same with Lacroix. I do like him. I've seen him at Crystal Palace. And I think he's a solid centre back. And I think under Alonso, I think he will shine even more. And if there's any flaws or anything with him, I think they will be fixed on. And I genuinely think he will do even better. And I think that will be a great signing. And I think our defence will get more solidified. We have some good defenders, like we got Colwell, James, but Chalobah, you can say as well. But again, I don't think we have something like years ago we used to have a Rudiger, Thiago Silva, and even before that, Ashley Cole, John Terry. You know, these type of names, when you used to listen, you were like, damn, this is a squad. And I don't see that in that defense anymore. And we need something like this that shows. Like, for example, Arsenal's. When you see Arsenal's defense, you're like, wow, Saliba, Gabriel, Trossard, and all of that. It just they look like a tough team, and that's why they won the league. And even bloody Man City with Guehi, Stones, and whatnot, Vardiel. So all of these teams have a very good defense, and Chelsea is a team I want them to compete, not just for the top five, but in the future compete for the leagues as well. And if we want to compete for trophies, leagues, especially top five this season as well, we have to make statement signing like we did with Morgan Rogers, and also we need to solidify our defense. And I hope this season, overall, I think is going to be very interesting because teams are going to be rebuilding and passionate. City is in rebuild. Um, what's his name? Liverpool are in for a rebuild. Tottenham, you can see the signings they've done are amazing, and also we are here for a rebuild. New managers, new tasks. The only team that has our old manager, I'm talking about the top six, is what's his name? Arsenal with Arteta, who's won the league. So they are the ones that everyone's gonna see, and it will be interesting what they do. Obviously, we're going for Rodgers, but I think they might go for someone else now, and it will be interesting to see how they maintain their league, and he will be the one to challenge for because he's won the league, he's the most experienced, he's been there for a while, and everybody else are now rebuilding their teams. So that is all of mine on the whole this Chelsea thing. And now there's some quick news I'm just gonna go through. Real Madrid have ruled out a summer move for Rodri, despite his incredible World Cup form. The Spanish Giants are not planning to pursue the 30-year-old Man City midfielder during the current window. This line during the current window, does this mean that they might get him in the future and they're not planning right now, or they don't want Rodri. Maybe they're gonna go for someone else, or they've signed Tushimini, not signed, but signed a contract of Tushimini. So maybe they want to stick with Tushimini. So let's see. It is quite interesting. And next up, a very interesting news again linked with City. AC Milan have added Phil Foden to the shortlist and are monitoring the Manchester City stars situation ahead of a potential move. However, any move for the 26-year-old international is expected to depend on Milan cashing in on Rafael Leao. This was by Tutu Sport, and I don't know how true this is or it's a rumor, but if AC Milan are going full forward, and this could be a good signing. It could be a good move for both players, really, because Phil Foden has not been doing that well currently in the last two seasons. He's felt like he's dipping. So maybe in a different league, different place, he could shine again. But let's see how true this is. And with Rafael Leao, I think let's see who gets him. I think he's a great player. I would love him at Chelsea, and you never know. But let's see what happens with them. And next up, the last news of this transfer video is Juventus are currently leading to sign Monaco striker Florian Balogun following his three-goal world campaign for USA. Monaco are unwilling to sell the 24-year-old for less than 50 million euros, with Dortmund and Sunderland also monitoring his situation. I will be very interested to see where Balogun goes. He had a very good World Cup campaign, And I think it is good. The names I'm hearing, I think, are the perfect place for him to go. And maybe if he starts performing in these places, he could go to a bigger team. Juventus, of course, they used to be a massive team, but recently they have not been that great. Dortmund is not a bad place as well. Go, it's the Bundesliga, and I think Sunderland. If he goes to Sunderland, I think it's a good one. It's the Premier League. You're in the Premier League with a team who did perform very well, and I think he could fit very good in Sunderland as well. But currently, as I said, Juventus are leading the race, so it would be quite fun to see where Balogun heads over to the Bundesliga, to the Serie A, or to the Premier League. I think if he comes to the Premier League, it would be very interesting to see a player like him. But that was all the transfer news for today, and I will be back with more news. So please like, share, and subscribe. Until then, peace.